Hey everybody, it's your friendly neighborhood super Negro, Anthony Sterling here. I just wanted to give you a quick little heads up. Due to technical difficulties rearing its ugly head again, thank you Riverside, we practically lost the first half of episode 61. But fear not, I was able to save the second half, and that is our roundtable discussion, where we are discussing this year's Essence Fest. We hope you enjoy it, and hopefully next week we will have a full technical difficulty free episode. I am keeping fingers, toes, and my four eyes crossed. But before we start this episode, I want to make sure that you remember to always hit that red subscribe button. It'll only take a second. Leave a blue thumbs up because blue thumbs are cool, and hit the bell and turn your notifications to all so you can be notified when a new episode drops, hopefully with no technical difficulties. That is it. That is all. We hope you enjoy this episode, which is episode 61 of Talking Ish, a podcast amongst friends. Rhea mentioned Pan Africanism, and our roundtable is going to kind of touch on that because last week was the 30th anniversary of one of the best festivals to ever be created, and that is the Essence Festival. Started in
I thought you were going to say
1995.
Jazz Fest.
No, we
No,
should try
girl.
for next year, Britt, because we didn't get to go this year.
Yeah, I know, and I
I know
really
you
Well-
wanted us to go.
Well, let's be honest.
Maybe it was a good thing that we didn't go.
Yeah, keep your fingers crossed that there will be
People
an
weren't
Essence
excited
Fest.
about it.
Yeah, because this
There
year
still will be. There still will be. I have.
it's
faith
not.
that there
I
still will
I
be.
don't know if it'll be in New Orleans after what happened this year. But again,
Yeah.
the festival in New Orleans go hand in hand, except for when Katrina came through in
Katrina.
05. Katrina, which is about to celebrate a 20th anniversary. Hurricane
Here comes
Katrina
the hurricane, bitch.
oh
Here
no,
comes
don't
the
do that.
hurricane, bitch.
Every time I hear that, every time somebody say hurricane, I think of Sean. What was his name? Sean Helms, the wrestler, who was the Hurricane in WWE, and he says, "Stand
Oh.
aside, there's a hurricane coming," and I'm like, "Oh my!"
I think of the
goodness.
boxer.
No.
Okay.
I think of the
Denzel
meme.
Washington. Oh,
Think of the popular meme where people are doing the death drop.
Yeah.
Comes the hurricane, bitch. Here comes the
Oh,
hurricane,
my goodness.
bitch.
Oh my god.
well,
So funny. Katrina.
all right. Then, woo.
Can we take
But
anything
anyway,
seriously? Anything?
no,
No,
not
nothing.
really.
Nothing.
No. But
As a people,
I
we
will
cannot.
say who really took things seriously were locals and Black Americans because this year's Essence Fest. I will say this: my cousin went. She said she had a wonderful first night. She said night one was fun, even though things were late as hell. But she still enjoyed herself. But there were many who were not happy with how Essence was ran this year, and even to the point where a lot of rumors and speculation have risen, stating that Essence may not be in New Orleans next year. But I doubt it. I'm gonna keep my fingers crossed
Then it's
that it
not
stays
Essence
there.
Fest.
Well, Essence did move
It
one
hasn't
year. It
always
did go to
been.
Houston.
I know, but
Yeah.
when you think about it, though.
Oh, I
Yeah.
love it in Houston. I love Houston.
Well, the reason it went to Houston was because of Katrina.
Right.
So,
Katrina.
and then the
Oh my god!
and the folks
Because
who
of a
went
hurricane.
Here
right.
comes the
The,
hurricane, bitch.
Ah!
but you want to know something funny? Not a lot of folks had liked the fact that it was in Houston. They didn't like the
Oh,
way
they
it
didn't
was
like it?
formatted. But again, when folks are used to something and it's been that way for so long, any change will garner nitpicking and criticism.
Yeah.
But I will say
Don't pick
the
my
folks
nit.
who are running Essence did
high.
drop the ball when it came to vendors because that was one of the things that people loved about Essence. A lot of local vendors were given a spotlight
Yeah.
because if you really pay attention, the reason Essence, not just the festival, but the magazine was created was to put a spotlight on black women in high positions mainly businesses. That's why you also have the magazine Black Enterprises. But Essence was created to really put a spotlight on Black American women.
Hmm.
Well, this year, things have started to show some change because it is now ran by I hope I'm saying her name correctly. Is it Caroline Wanga, I believe.
Is it run
Um
by a and someone
She's Kenyan.
African? Okay, so she's
Yes.
African.
yes,
Okay, and
she's
we're doing a
Kenyan or
round table,
Nigerian.
right?
Oh,
So
she's
we're
Kenyan.
all gonna have time to say something. So
Yes.
I'll keep it to myself for
Yes.
now. Okay, cool, cool, cool.
So she, after everything that's happened, there were vendors who stepped away, who did not participate this year because of the way that Essence was being ran. They weren't going to put local vendors in the front. Also, Target is a huge sponsor of Essence, but what
Hmm.
folks didn't understand, and this is the only thing I will really say, hey, it's not Essence' fault. They were signed to a multi-year deal
Yeah.
of having Target as one of their biggest sponsors.
And if they didn't have
AT&T,
Target, they would not have the space that they had.
right, exactly.
They needed
Um,
Target.
AT&T was also a sponsor, and then oh look, here's a paper of how AT&T is telling their folks how to navigate around DEI conversations. Don't mention black.
T-Mobile,
Don't.
just so you know, T-Mobile has rolled
Uh-huh.
back absolutely everything DE&I wise.
So again, everybody is scared of the Cheeto in chief when
I'm
you didn't
not
really have to
fucking.
roll back. You just could have renamed it to where people didn't know. But hey, there are ways. Slaves found ways to escape by braiding maps in their hair,
Singing songs.
singing songs.
Mhm.
There are ways to get around it. You just have to be smart enough to do it. But the new CEO of Essence Ventures, she responded about the situation that happened during the whole scrutiny of, look, when you get Stephanie Mills to send out a press release on with a professional letterhead, there are problems. Lauren Hill didn't get on stage until 2, maybe 3 o'clock
And it
in the
wasn't her fault
morning.
this
It wasn't
time.
her fault. Uh,
this time.
it wasn't her fault. um Folks who were expecting to see certain groups perform, like really perform, but they only saw them for 30 minutes. um Target having the biggest space of the whole festival, and Target is being boycotted. The messaging was effed up.
Yeah.
The
There was a lot of problems.
Right, the kind of, not kind of, but folks were saying that Black American culture was becoming was being pushed to the back, while the globalized Black diaspora was being pushed to the front. um that's a huge problem. That is the biggest problem that a lot of festival goers were having. Now, there were conferences and seminars that expressed Black American culture. Angela Rye, along with the people, what was it? I can't. I feel so bad. I forgot what her thing is going. It's something with the Peoples. It's not the People's Party, but she has a tour that's going on right now that was put in the spotlight because she was a part of a seminar and they had conferences going on. But a lot of folks were just really not feeling the whole jollof rice versus jambalaya um thing that they
State
were
of the People
doing.
tour. State of the
State of
People
the
Power
People.
tour.
Thank you. State of the People Power Tour went through Essence. So there was we were there, but we weren't the focal point. I think that was the consensus of the anger of many festival goers this year. And it was a very low turnout this year. I think it was one of the lowest turnouts they had for Essence Fest.
Hmm.
So, my question is, are we starting to see the end of Essence?
There
Or
was
is it a new
also
change,
there
a
was
new look?
also an unbalanced favor of influencers instead
Mm-hmm.
of regular people at the
Okay.
festival that people were complaining about. They were like, oh, they care more about the influencers than they care about us, because there were certain events that only influencers were allowed to attend,
Mm-hmm.
and certain gifts that they got that other folks didn't get because they were let in early.
Got you.
Um, so there was a lot of complaints. One of the major ones, I listened to a podcast that had on one of the event directors from Essence, and he was stating that, just like what you said, Target was a multi-year deal, so there was
Mm-hmm.
nothing they can do to get rid of Target. Target was going to be there no matter what. Um, but he stated that they didn't realize, like, the whole point of having influencers is to get people to come and participate and to see how cool everything is. So they didn't realize what they were doing with inviting influencers early to events, because once they invited the general public into the events, there was no longer things available for them,
Mm-hmm.
like free products, like
Right.
special things. So they didn't realize that. But as big of an organization as this is, there just were a lot of missteps that they could have prevented.
Yeah. And I saw that the CEO she used to be with Target.
Yeah, she was with 15 years. She was with Target.
Yeah, she worked in
She probably secured the deal.
But here's to say
which
that they wanted to get out of their Target deal anyway, because we're just assuming that the only reason Target was there was just because of the deal. Who says she had a problem with them at all?
She
mhm.
might not have, because she's not African
No,
American.
Right,
and
exactly.
that's one of the big
That's part of the
things that
problem.
people,
Hmm.
yeah,
I
that
agree. I
folks will
think
had a
that is
problem
part of
Bomb.
the
with.
problem, because
Hmm.
Essence was and should be an African American institution.
Mhm.
I'm not saying that we exclude our African brothers and sisters, but they shouldn't play a major role in the festival. The festival should be geared towards African Americans
Right.
and things that we like. And apparently, there were people on the bill who were African artists, which is fine. Like, give everybody some shine. Like, Davido was there. We love Davido. So that's not an issue.
Peace.
But there were other
Right.
less known African performers that were booked where there could have been spots for African American artists. So it
Right.
just seemed like they were playing favorites a little bit to Africans and leaving out African Americans.
Yeah.
Oh.
Cuz
And I
she
feel two
did.
ways about it, because I love African people. Like, I love us as a people. I love the African diaspora, and I want us all to come together. But when you have a situation where we're just looking to kick back, like, if we had gone, would we have had a good time? We would have had fun
Yeah.
with each other. But would we have had fun during the events that were supposed to
No,
be geared
I'd have been
towards
pissed the
us?
whole time. I'd have been pissed. Absolutely pissed. So, no, you're right. I wouldn't have had a good time. So, I'm glad we didn't go.
Right. Yeah.
Well, and you see, for me, I was looking at it and I said, now, to be honest, I haven't been to Essence Fest since 2012.
Oh,
My biggest,
wow.
yeah, it's been a while. My biggest regret is I miss Prince when he
Yeah.
performed,
Mm.
and then he
Hmm.
dies the next year, I believe, because it was 2025 and he died in 2016. Yeah, I think. Am I right, Rhea? That Prince
2015.
he
I thought you
passed
said
away in
2025.
2016. No, no, I
Um,
did.
yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't see he performed in 2015
Hmm.
and he passed away a year later in
In
2016.
2016. Yep.
Okay, yeah, because he was the headliner that year, and I
Hmm.
missed it, and I wanted to go so bad, but life was lifing, and I
Yeah.
wasn't able to go. Now Miss Wanga did put out, as Kid Fury would say, a iOS press release. In 4 days after everything, I guess it was like, hey, we just gonna settle down, wait till all the smoke is gone, And some are saying it was a very cryptic Instagram post that she put out, breaking on the current state of affairs and involvement in the 2025 festival. This is coming from the Griot. I'll read a little bit of it. She started off as saying, out of an abundance of courtesy, I shared this regarding my personal integrity, professional ethos, and purpose journey. She did a lot of hashtags, which
She
kind of,
did a lot of big word talking.
yes,
Word
she
Just
did.
just
salad.
just
It's
come
word
Yeah,
out and
salad. It's a word
say
cloud.
it wasn't as good as it should have been. Just come out and
right.
say that. We made a lot of missteps this year. We're gonna do better
And
next
we'll,
year.
exactly. I think if she'd have said that, maybe that would have been it. She did hashtag highly percent sure. Okay,
And she should have
that's
offered a discount for those who went this year for next year's festival.
that ain't happening. Um,
Thank you.
she goes on to say that some missing knowledge has led to false assumptions regarding my leave as president slash CEO that predated the activation of operational planning for a significant annualized event. Um,
This is
honey,
Chat GPT.
yes,
This
you
is
you
not
you
a
you-
real person's words.
you're doing too much to give
Way too
little,
much.
way too much. You didn't have to go that far. She's like, my holistic career experience amidst the current socioeconomic climate
Jesus fuck
has no
Christ.
proven role in the current state of affairs within the company and its supporters. But when directly asked a question that my background was in has insight to, and I answer it within the parameters of what I know, have perspective on, and am accountable to. So basically, what
Guess what?
she's
She went
saying
to
is
college.
Right. That's all that
that,
What the
and
says.
fuck? You know what? No. You know why? Because how can I say this correctly without sounding, you need to speak in the middle, okay?
mhm,
Your audience is not everyone speaks like you. You're talking to your audience. It isn't about your educational level, and it isn't about who the fuck you hang out with. It's about your Essence Fest audience. Stop using big words to sound smart like you're better than everyone else. And this is okay, I'll
right.
wait for my turn, but this is one of the biggest problems I fucking have with all of this in general and this whole pan Africanism bullshit.
Well, I'm gonna go a little bit further, and I'm gonna come to this line because this is the line that got me. My heritage, values, principles, lived a life, and sense of community are a place of pride, passion, and purpose to, once again, here comes a hashtag democratize, excuse me. I was about to say democratize. I'm in a horny mood.
Hey, them
I guess
thighs, hey.
I'm thinking about them big old thighs because they save lives. But no, she said hashtag democratize of authenticity for the upliftment of all, not just some. Now,
Oh, oh, fuck you, you hoe.
well, okay, I'm not going that strong with it.
I am.
Um, when a magazine was created
That
to
sounds like
focus,
so
and
like
when
all
I
lives
say
matter.
focus, yeah, laser, just laser focus on the upliftment of Black American women. No, no diss to any women of the diaspora. But if you read Essence magazine, they didn't really, and I could be wrong, they didn't really say, all right, now we'll focus on Kenya, Nigeria,
Right.
Barbados, Jamaica, Turks and Caicos. Every magazine cover, other than Lupita Nyong'o, and I think a few, has always been Black American women. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
cool.
Yes, because that's what it was created for.
Right.
Whatever. All right. I'm
The
sorry.
festival itself focused on the upliftment and and empowerment of Black American business women. Yes, there were cases where there were other Black women from the diaspora that was invited and joined and became a part of. But the main focal point was that upliftment of Black American business women and Black American women in general. Okay, I get it. You want to uplift not some, but all. Yes, a rising tide should lift all boats. But when you start to push one of the main boats out of the sea or leave it beached while the other ones sail off to prosperity and recognition, you are going to have a problem.
Hashtag facts. Sorry.
You are going to have a massive problem. And damn it, I'm going to, Dr. Umar and triplicate, you are going to have a problem. And I think she's still a little tone deaf in her statement and in her perception of it all. I don't think she truly got it.
No.
That is my opinion. Britt?
Three specific things. One, really quick. I think one of the reasons why Essence Fest is slowly not what it used to be is because I was speaking to somebody a few months before we had wanted to go, and they were like, "Aren't you too old for?" And I think the problem is, though, I know those who are younger aren't drawn to it, and we are not.
It was an aunties type of thing.
That's what I thought too. And what I'm saying is, I think that we are just spending our money in other ways, and we are not treating it for what it was intended to be. And I think we need to take it back. I think as aunties, we need to take that shit back, and we need to make it what it was intended to be, which is for Black American women. Bottom line, because in my mind, when I think Essence Fest, I don't think Black men. I mean, there were some there, especially in Girls Trip, but it is for Black. It is about Black women, by Black women, for Black women, and Black American women. And I'm sorry, I'm about to probably piss off a lot of people, and I don't give a shit. There are two thoughts that I have about this whole Pan-Africanism thing. When minorities come to this country, very often they come and they follow the white version of how this country should operate. And, you know, I'm not speaking out of turn when I say that that is how Africans have been coming to this country for decades. We are the lowest of the low, Black Americans. We are seen as the most, like, you'd rather have your daughter marry a white man than marry a Black American man. To the point where that I've said it a million times, that show, Bob Hart's Abishola, in the first episode, and I think they're Nigerian, they're talking about how Black people are at the bottom. They're the most just disgusting. And so one of the things that I've seen lately, and I really look at it as a way of supporting white supremacy, is the takeover of Black American things, meaning here because of us, created by us for us, or happened to us because of our struggle, Juneteenth, is slowly being taken over by Black Africans. And it's slowly being, the white supremacy part is, we are slowly being pushed out of our own fucking shit. We all have an issue with Juneteenth in general, for the most part, because it shouldn't be a fucking paid fucking holiday that white people get off. But Juneteenth is now, like, when I was at Meta, our Juneteenth committee for Meta was run by Black Africans. Our Juneteenth. This is not a fucking holiday that has anything to do with any other fucking Black person on any other continent. Every continent has their something. We don't participate in it, but we don't try to take it as ours. But that has been part of the problem is, and this is, I'm going to get into a very personal thing about me in general and my place in the Black community. The other problem I have with this whole push to put on the same, not level, because I don't think they're better than, but the same, that like nothing is different between a Black African and a Black American. When you do that, a lot of Black Africans really have a very specific idea of what they think Black is. And being mixed and light skinned in this country is incredibly nuanced to this country, how we deal with it and our history of it. And when you have a very specific idea of what Black is, and a lot of that takes out the concept of light skinned or mixed people, you are rewriting almost our history and our culture, because you don't see it that way. Because was it, Rhea, you told me I would be considered if I go to South Africa?
Colored.
Right. Colored, but not Black.
Not Black.
Not Black. And that's a problem. We have our own issues, our own fights amongst ourselves, and there are outsiders coming in telling us how we should behave in our own fucking community. And part of that is the essence thing. If you look at it, they had local vendors for a reason out in front. It's this love of money. It's this white ideal of how things should work. And that is how the African migration has been for this long. If you look at almost every tech company I've worked at, you think the Black people that work there are Black Americans? Ha ha. No. We are less than 1% of the Black community. They don't want us. They want to say they have Black people, but they don't want us. And this buy-in of the Pan-Africanism is a way to negate us as people. Our history is being rewritten by white people. It's now being rewritten by Africans. It's being rewritten in general.
Mm-hmm.
And when you welcome people into your space, you dilute what you have. And I sound a lot like Dr. Umar.
You do.
But but you dilute what you have. We are all connected. We are all, when you look at our fucking ancestry shit that we do and our DNA, it goes straight to Africa. Yeah, it also lands in the South and whatever it may be, but it goes straight to Africa. We are connected.
Mm-hmm.
We absolutely fucking are. But we need to respect the fact that we are a different people. Black Americans.
We have different cultures.
Exactly. That's what makes us a different people. Black Americans were never meant to survive. We are a whole different species than our African brethren. We are not the same. We evolved. We evolved
Mm-hmm.
to adapt and survive and to build our own community. We didn't just adapt and survive and go into the white world and accept it for what it was. We kept a large portion of our spirit from Africa, but we are being slowly diluted and taken over, and we cannot forget who we are in this want to be a whole group of people, because we need to be honest about how we're being looked at by our people. We are the scum of the world. There is not one country out there that doesn't hate us as a people. And in our want to be wanted and loved and accepted, are we willing to sell what we built ourselves to a brand new group of sharecroppers because they look like us? And I don't mean sharecroppers, I mean overseers. A brand new bunch of overseers, and we'll be the sharecroppers because they look like us. Because that's the thing is, when minorities come to this country, they go into the white communities and they delve into the white communities. And this is the first time the Black community really has had to share space. And we're sharing it lovingly, and we're being slowly pushed out of it. So that's how I feel. So I don't think an African should be the head of fucking Essence Fest.
Is it something where the board of Essence has to be shaken up and they have to allow more African American people to join the board and the planning committee?
Yes.
Well, the thing is, quite frankly, supposedly she's stepping down, or she may be stepping down. That was the rumor.
African woman that is running things too.
Yeah. So again, whoever had Essence, they sold. Okay, so there was this venture, whatever venture group bought it. That's who's calling the shots. But again, like with all corporations, with like all businesses, you hit them in the pocketbook. You hit them in the pocketbook, they wake up and they change. May not be a change that they want to do. And it may be a change that might be so slick and backhanded it is not even funny. Like Target, where Target is being hit constantly by this boycott that they ran to, I think it's the National Baptist
It's
Association.
owned
It's
by a black man.
they
In
have his name.
2018, in
Mm-hmm.
2018, Richelieu Dennis, the founder of Sundial Brands, is the chairman of and founder of Essence Ventures. He acquired the magazine from Time Inc. in
Mm-hmm.
2018, restoring it back to black ownership.
Good.
Okay. Now here's the question: when Time Inc. had it, they had no problems
He's
because Time
also the
Inc. was
former
Time Warner.
CEO of Shea Moisture.
Okay.
Moisture.
So
Ew, why did you
is
say that
he?
word twice?
Because I said it wrong first. I said
Oh,
moisture.
It's okay. We were fine if you didn't need to correct that word of any word.
and usually they'll start asking, "Oh, but is he a Black American? Where's he from? What's his makeup?"
He's born in
But
Liberia, so he couldn't be a black American. He's just Liberian.
okay, and
So
Liberia was
his people were black Americans. We don't know if he
right.
is. He might be
But
African
if
at this point.
you know the history of Liberia, Liberia literally, even though yay, it was former slaves, they went in there and colonized that area. They went and they took the oppressors' thought process, the oppressors' practices, and they took over Liberia. Liberia had a civil war in '89, and it's finally finding its way to being what I guess it should have been.
Well, they speak such a good English, Anthony.
Well, because they were, yes, I mean, isn't that a revelation?
Yes, that was fucking amazing. But why are we surprised?
Exactly. Who read the briefing? We did. He didn't.
Right.
But again,
Ooh-wee.
maybe it's one of America's sins that come right back to, and we got to pay the price on it. But Essence did start to change because they felt like we need to get the younger generation
Yeah.
in there. That was how some said that was mistake number one, especially when they had people twerking on stage or twerking at Essence. Essence really was for the grown and sexy, or the matured black folk, the business people. You
Right.
were supposed to go there to network, make connections, you know, uplift and create new businesses and have new thought processes on how black excellence should be done. And the concerts were really just okay, we letting our hair down, we're gonna go and enjoy, we're gonna probably listen to
Bonner Brothers.
um true, well, okay, a Frankie Beverly and Maze. We're
Right.
gonna
But I'm just saying we
hear,
had things that were geared towards, like you said, business and
yeah,
networking and all of that.
and they still have it. But when you start to see the local vendors who were always like, they couldn't wait for Essence, and now they're being phased out. When you start to see New Orleans culture, because the festival was in New Orleans, so you were
Well,
gonna
yeah,
hear about
Master
Creole.
P.
Yeah,
What?
you had Master P, but then you had the Mia Eggs debacle.
Right.
You know, so again, things are being phased out. What made Essence great is being phased out. And now you're starting to see the locals say, fuck that. We ain't having it.
Right.
You know, we're not dealing with this anymore. We are what made Essence Fest. Yes, you had the shows, but it was us. We were the ones
Oh
who
no,
made
only
that
young
festival what it
people.
is.
New people they had was Glorilla and Money Long and Davido.
But again,
Am I saying that right? Is it Davido or Davido?
I have no idea. But again, this is a festival that catered to the really the 39 and ups,
Yeah.
because Essence is not a young person's magazine.
No, it's for the
Dovey
They,
older.
Dow.
yeah, say it
Dovey
again.
Down.
Yeah,
Dovey
I just
Dow.
literally
Okay.
looked up the pronunciation.
So
Duffy? That
Duh,
sound
uh,
right.
V.
who
Okay, but
knows?
that's the
Hey,
pronunciation. It's duh, V,
I'm
dow.
just glad. I'm just glad that Gorilla got to do with the aunties, and the aunties was singing along with her.
Aunties love Glorilla. My daughter
Yeah,
is so
of
mad at me
course
for
you love
saying
Glorilla.
that.
She sound like a 85-year-old black Baptist woman,
Do you remember when I didn't know
and
who she
I
was
love her
really?
voice.
And I was like, she a beautiful
Remember,
40
y'all
year old
clown
woman.
me.
Look at that woman.
Right.
Yeah, y'all clown me because I thought Glow was like at our age group
Right?
because of her voice and the way she talked. I was like, okay, Glow might have been raised on hose water and neglect just like us. No, that child is
She's got
25
old
years old.
parents.
Yes.
Okay,
That's why.
she she's
She
an
was
old
raised by
soul,
elderly parents.
and
Mhm.
she's a good artist, man. Like Glow
Yeah,
makes
she
great
is.
music, really good
He
music.
love a glow, never had the cookie, got his name tatted.
I love the
Yes.
fact I'm waiting for a Christmas album. Santa Claus in the snow.
She
Merry
does have a
Christmas. Oh
Christmas
my God. It's
song.
like, okay, well, again, Glorilla is everything. But Essence I guess they figured it's got to change. Essence has to change. They're trying to get a um, younger
That's why
people
they
in.
had the influencers,
Yeah.
because they're trying to attract the younger crowd.
But the funny thing is, the aunties are still alive. And
Right.
the aunt,
We
some of
still
them
need a
aunties
place
and
to
uncles,
go.
exactly.
Thank
We
you. We need momos, margaritas, brunch. We need to enjoy our time
Now
because you
listen,
know
I
what?
love a
We're
good
not.
moo but I'm not wearing it to Essence Fest.
Essence.
No, but I'm
No.
just simply
I'm
saying
gonna
that
be classy at Essence
we
Fest.
need us. That's what I thought I was going to get this year if we went to Essence Fest was
Yeah.
a gathering of us. And
Yeah.
I'm
You
sorry.
would
I
I'm
knew
sorry,
that
Britt,
there
but
were
you were looking for black women to go hug and say, "You're my friend now." You were looking to cling on some black women. So no, no, no,
oh
no,
my
no. You
god, in
needed
my
to.
apartment complex, it
You
is
see?
so like high school. Either I am hated fucking immediately, or I am just, oh hey, how's it go? Like it's just, I'm like, oh god, it's high school all over again. But yes, I was looking for black women to hug and force them to be my friends, and I support it.
Exactly.
Goddamn right.
So I mean,
Just ask Elaine.
like I said, my
10 years.
cousin went, but my cousin goes for the concerts. But she even
Yeah.
said, she said, I missed some of the conferences because I wanted to see some conferences, but I got there for that first night. And even though everything was late, because she said Maxwell only did 3 songs, I'm like, oh, I know y'all were mad. I know the
Mm-hmm.
aunts were pissed.
Mm-hmm.
But she said, oh no, we stayed. We didn't walk out of there until
Oh, I would have been gone by 11
by 5. She said by around 5 o'clock.
in the
In the
They
morning.
morning? Bitch, I'm too old for
because
that shit.
Lauren Hill
Wait.
Lauren Hill didn't finish her set until 3:30, 4 o'clock that morning.
I
Araya
might have stayed up for Lauren
manufactured.
Hill. I may,
No,
if
Mhm.
I don't
no,
take
you
my
wouldn't have.
medicine. If I don't take my medicine, I can stay up late.
Because
I
Araya
would
made
love to
up
see
me
Lauren
throwing
Hill.
up just so she could go
Yeah.
home and go to sleep.
I did not make that up. Are you crazy? She's trying to rewrite
But
history
she's
now.
so known for going to sleep early that even Helene and fucking Jazz were like, oh, we know she made that up.
Well, yeah,
So
but
you wouldn't have
again,
But I
survived.
got you to go along with it, didn't I?
Half
ah,
but half the
see?
aunties would have just gone to bed if it was auntie like Essence
But the
Fest
funny
needs to be
thing
Essence
is,
Fest. What it was back in the day.
y'all in y'all age group, I mean, it would have been like they did one year with New Editions reunion and
Yeah.
Janet Jackson came. You had Prince. Um
Yeah, I would have loved that.
them getting Lauren Hill is amazing. And the fact that it wasn't her fault that she got on stage at 2, 3 in the
Right.
morning, it
She
is
probably
what it
got a
is.
stern talking to, and then she was like, look, it wasn't my fault this time.
Right. So again, you got to look at the higher ups. You got to look at the folks who did the planning. You got to look at the folks who were supposed to time manage the acts on stage. You had legendary groups that were being thrown to the side because what's hot and fresh needed to be on stage the longest.
Mm-hmm.
No, if folks had that understanding, look, you're doing Essence Fest. You get a 30-minute set, you get your dopest stuff, you hit, You hit it and quit it. Get off stage because this group is coming on and this, and plus people had to wait for the sets had to change, the stage
Right.
had to change. So look, I understand Stephanie Mills's whole professional press release about her not being happy with what happened,
Mm-hmm.
because they dropped the ball.
They messed up
Mm-hmm.
her sound.
Yeah. And that's a woman
And
she
that's everything to a singer.
thing. Exactly. You know.
And I understand mistakes happen. No, nothing will ever be perfect. And definitely, if you're going year after year after year of the same thing, you're eventually
Mhm.
going to run into issues here and there because you start to think shit is plug and play. It's a lot
Right.
easier than it is. Um, but that's when you immediately go and you do a mea culpa. We fucked up, like you guys said. It'll be better
Right.
next year. And here are some of the
Right.
changes that we would like to implement and the things that we would like to make better, as opposed to a beautiful word salad that shows
Right.
how articulate and eloquent this individual is and how they did their post grad work at fucking Harvard. I don't know. You didn't say anything of value. The bottom line
Yeah.
was everything you said was complete bullshit. Fuck you. Now I don't want to go.
And
Now, if you're a part of it, if whomever's on the board is a part of it, if you don't want to say up front that you did wrong, if you don't want to say how you're going to make changes, then why would I trust that you even learned your fucking lesson? Because you didn't even learn your lesson in your mea culpa.
yeah. Well, we're gonna have to put a pin in it because we got to move on and we got to start wrapping it up. But we want to hear
Crapping
from
it up.
y'all. If
Did
you went
anybody
to Essence,
go?
Yeah.
you know what?
Like
That's
our
what I want to know.
listeners. Yeah, I want to know if our
If
listeners went.
if you
I'd like
went
to
to
know
Essence
their.
Fest this
Oh,
year,
sorry.
let us know what you thought about it. Don't be ashamed. We're not gonna put you on blast. If you loved it, you loved it. If you had issues like everybody else had issues, let us know your issues. But we want to hear from you. Be a part of the conversation. Leave it in the comments below. Once
I would
again, if you're
love to
watching us,
know what they think of the concept of Pan Africanism. I really would. I'd love to know.
and I would like to know who actually won the competition between Jollof Rice and Jambalaya. That's the biggest fight,
Jambalaya. The
you
fuck?
know.
Sorry.
But somebody said, huh,
Well,
and they
Jollof
don't
Rice
know.
has many children, and jambalaya is one of them.
Yes,
Yes, but
absolutely. But then you shouldn't put it up
jambalaya
against each
is,
other.
but it's paella because jambalaya is more based on Spanish paella
Yeah,
than it
absolutely.
is jollof rice,
Oh no,
and
you're
that's
absolutely correct.
because of the seafood. Are you doing what some would call a hunter's jambalaya, which is your chicken and sausage? So
That's the one I would eat.
Puerto Rican arroz con
because
gandules is closer to jollof rice than jambalaya is in my
Yeah,
estimation.
it is. It is.
yeah, so I just want to know who won. Because I
Jambalaya
love a
every
good
time.
spicy jambalaya, and I've had jollof rice twice in my life. I want to go for a third time, but I want to
Jambalaya
know
every
because
time.
okay, the big back in me just wanted to know. All right, so we gotta move on because, ladies and gentlemen, before we wrap this up, it is time to take a quick rundown to that little old corner store that sits right there on Hertep Corner.
Little
That is
bodega.
where you what
A little
did you
bodega.
just say?
The
Oh my
little
god! Oh,
bodega.
bodega. Okay, I don't know. My mind just went. Oh, that nigga. My bad.
No.
I thought you said nigga. I was like, wait, what? It's not a. It could be a bodega, but I think it's more of a black haberdashery where you can get shea butter and black soap and a word from the one and only bite-sized Hertep herself, Miss Britt Williams. Britt, what do you have to get on your black soapbox to preach about today?
Okay, so I had a conversation with another black woman about a white member of her family and their take on Donald Trump's big new bill. And so
Big
to kick it
beautiful
off,
bill.
well, sorry, to kick it off, I'm going to skip past calling people cockroaches and scourges upon society. But this is what I want to talk about, so I'm going to read it real quick. They are hardwired to put their own white interest above others, even the most well-meaning ones. They are an emotional drain on Black people in general. We spend so much emotional capital gently correcting their shitty behavior and their nonplussed attitude towards actually making change that benefits people of color and Black people. Every white person loves to align themselves with, at the very least, one Black person in order to excuse their shitty and lazy behavior. They use their proximity to Blackness to negate their need to do the work on their fucking own. So I want to talk about white liberals specifically. Every white liberal I have ever run into utilizes their proximity to Blackness, meaning Black coworkers, Black friend, Black family member, to allow them to not have to do anything to undo the privilege that they have received from being white and their place in the white supremacist system. White liberals are a bigger scourge upon American society, but especially Black culture. And I am not the only one who thinks so. Malcolm thought so. Martin thought so. They are the laziest of the lazy when it comes to white people. Anyone you ask about racism and their automatic response, you call their shit out, is I'm not racist. Because you know what? A racist will just double down on that shit and tell you why they're correct. A white liberal will tell you they're not racist and then tell you why you're wrong. They uphold this system. And that is why they are so fucking upset about the No Kings protest, that they have to do it alone. Because just as much as they were saying during George Floyd and all those protests, oh, we're here wherever you want us to be, we'll be where you want to put us, they were comfortable with that because we were still doing all the work. They're mad about No Kings because we're doing none of the fucking work. And it's not making a dent the way our protests made, especially worldwide. And they know that. But they can't push back because they're white liberals and they're supposed to be supporting us. They're terrible. So every white liberal out there, be honest with your fucking self. When was the last time you did any fucking work to correct the privilege that you have? When was the last time that you took away from yourself something that hurt to lose to help the Black community? Because I sat there the other day and listened to two white liberal women talk about people of color and their sad stories, and they were congratulating themselves. And you could tell by their tone, and you could tell by the way they carried themselves for being in the same space. Stop that shit. We are not here to make you feel better. If you really believe the bullshit that you're spouting and the Black Lives Matter banners that you put in your windows that you're too afraid to take out, but you know you don't want anymore, if you really want to do it, then fucking do it. You're not. Stop waiting for us to fucking save your asses. Stop utilizing Black people to make you lazy. We've been telling you for years what the fuck to do. Go out there. You're the system. Change the fucking system for us. Put your little white bodies on the line for us like we've been doing for you. Especially you fucking white women. Because you are where you are because of us. Get your shit together. Fucking change the system and stop asking us to do your fucking work. Because my boss said to me this week, you did a great job. Such a good job. What a good job you did. And yeah, she's a white liberal woman. Stop it. Get your shit together. You're embarrassing yourselves and you're embarrassing me. Because sadly, I'm half of one of you motherfuckers. Fucking assholes. I'm done.
All right. Well, if that
So
wasn't
angry.
you got another thing coming, buddy. Wow. That was woo. I don't know what to say. I'm looking at you and going, nice try, Jan. I don't know. That's it. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Her Tep Corner. If you want to hear more from our bite-sized Her Tepian, check us out every episode because she's gonna give it to you. So we're gonna
He's
move
gonna
on.
give it to you.
It's like, God damn, get your shit together. That was so Morty from Rick and Morty when he told his sister, get your shit together. Your shit together.
But that's how they
So,
talk.
I mean, oh my goodness. But thank you, Britt. That was definitely
Rick and
whew,
Morty.
that was definitely a lesson. Hopefully they learned, but I doubt it. But
I
now,
don't know.
ladies and gentlemen, before we go, as always, it is never a complete podcast without that question of the pod given to us lovingly by that beautiful red
Oh, Jesus
sunshine, Miss Aurelia
Yeah.
Anderson. Why are you, Black Mama, house dress covered? What are you doing? You got your cigarette with you?
Yes.
All right. So, what is the
Okay.
question for the pod, Rhea? What
The
do we
question
have?
of the pod this week is, I'm not going to do it's multiple choice, but you should know it. I'm not going to give
Okay.
you the other answers. Just know
Okay.
it. Okay.
Just know it. Okay.
Which classic movie might have you? Wait a minute. Which classic movie might you have heard? Some of us got to use what we got to get what we want.
That would be the classic Oscar winning, and by Oscar winning, I'm so lying. That would
BET
be
award winning.
I don't even think it won a BET award.
It won a Tubi.
Um I can't say the French title, but I believe it's the Players Club. Or
You would be correct, sir.
okay, because
Very
You
it
know
good.
what
damn
I've
sure
never seen?
it damn sure
You've never
wasn't
seen
12
The
Years a
Players
Slave.
Club?
No.
How have you never?
Okay.
Please watch it right now. Please watch it as soon as you get off the pod.
I believe it's on Tubi as
It's
well
on
as
Netflix.
That
Netflix.
Tubi award-winning movie?
I think it's on Netflix.
It is not on
Really?
Netflix.
Oh.
Netflix wouldn't touch that.
No,
No,
Netflix would touch
no,
it
it was on Netflix. Let me
because
look it up.
Netflix had Friday. So yeah, they would touch it. They would definitely have
Players
it.
Club is a classic.
I've never seen
It's a
Baby
fun
Boy.
movie. Wow.
Black
I've
Card
never seen
Revoked.
Juice.
Okay.
There's
You
a
know
reason
what?
why,
Card
though.
Revoked.
No, let me explain why. Any type of any form of, no matter how minute, black trauma, I freak out. I
There's
get
no
like a
black
stomach.
trauma in Players Club.
Well,
Yes, there is.
Not really.
Ebony.
She'd be all right.
Oh wow. Okay, Rico. All right, Rico. I feel you. That's it. We're done. Just
Oh, you
I don't
gotta
even know
buy
what that
it.
means, but just the implication
So
from her
she
tone.
can't watch
yeah,
it yet.
she can't watch it. Okay, well, no Players Club for you. Next episode, we're gonna learn how much unblack Brit really is. So
No,
stay
that's
tuned.
not. I have a hard time with that. Like I had this Chinese guy from China come running up to me a few years ago to tell me you should see 12 Years a Slave. It's so good. You learn so much. No,
Oh,
My
wow.
Asian
good.
boyfriend apologized to me about the plight of Black Americans after we watched 12 Years a Slave together.
Did you hit him up for money?
No, he was already paying for everything.
Well, he ain't
He
sacrificed
didn't owe me
enough.
reparations. He didn't owe me reparations.
I don't care.
He paid for
I don't
everything.
care. I saw Empire of the Sun, and pay me my money. You owe me.
Doing well.
No, I know. And by unwell, that means we got to wrap it up, ladies and gentlemen. We have gone for a while. So thank y'all so much for checking us out. As always, hey, if this is your first episode, man, sorry, this is long, but hey, you weathered the storm and we appreciate you for it. Make sure if you're watching on YouTube, hit that red subscribe button. It'll only take a second. Leave a blue thumbs up because blue thumbs are cool. And hit the bell and turn your notifications to all so you'll be notified when a new episode of Talking Niche drops or we drop a bonus conversation because, my goodness, we have so much that we can make bonus conversations out of. It's not even funny. And also, if you're watching on Spotify, just hit the follow button and you will be notified when new episodes drop. If you're going to rate us on Spotify, 5 stars would be nice. But if it's 1 star, that means we're the only star in your galaxy and you worship
No,
us.
it's 5 stars. Every single fucking time it's 5 fucking stars. One star is
Don't
not a
threaten our
goddamn option.
listeners.
Thank you, Britt. Like, really?
Oh my
Really?
god. So
I
angry.
think you need to do better, like you're telling your white counterparts. You're being a little liberal. Stop. Really? And if you're checking us out on Apple Podcasts, please go ahead, leave us a 5 star review. We're not forcing you to do it, but also leave a written review because we will read it on the episode like we read our other comments. So, in closing, ladies and gentlemen, she is gonna choke. I see it coming because she's choking on her own bullshit. It's sad. It is sad. Who knew it? The Mai Tai would take her in, would take her out. But folks, thank y'all once again for checking us out. So for the beautiful ray of sunshine, Miss Araya Anderson, for the I love this now. For the bite size Hertep, Miss Britt Williams. I am your friendly neighborhood super Negro Anthony Sterling, parting you adieu and saying, if you're out in them streets, please be good. But if you can't be good, please be careful. Until next time, bye.
Bye.